and this is Weaponized. And here we are in 2023. What's the big picture, man? Where are we going with this? From reports to Arrow to other agencies we know that are interested in the UFO subject. Where are we going with this, man?
Well, we know that because of that legislation, there are whistleblowers who are lined up, at least a few of them that we know of, who are lined up prepared to tell what they know. The most interesting unanswered question is, where are the goodies? Is there metamaterials stashed in a warehouse? Are there intact craft, as Bob Lazar suggested, somewhere out in the desert? Are there bodies? There are people who have told us that they know that those things are true, that there are materials, exotic materials from somewhere else. The question is, are they going to be allowed to speak? Now, I did express a little bit of optimism a couple of minutes ago, but I think for them, it's still a dicey deal. Stepping forward to tell these incredibly sensitive secrets comes with risk. And we know that there are at least some of them who are already facing potential consequences for agreeing to step forward. Hopefully, the stories will come out. The information will be conveyed to Congress. Whether or not that information gets to us, the public, that's another matter, but we'll be doing our best to get it out.
The process designed through the whistleblower protection stuff, the idea of using something like the Inspector General to move forward with complaints of reprisal and this sort of thing, I think it is fair to say, because we've said before, that process, whether or not it has been formalized, there are people in this subject who are using the right mechanisms to get the information where it needs to go out of fear of reprisal. That is something current. That is happening. So I'm encouraged that process is there to protect people. Ultimate goal, let's just say it like it is. There are UFO study programs in multiple agencies across every branch of our military, many of which we know about. The idea is, can they go through a formal process to bring those illegal programs to where they should go? This shouldn't be a job of journalism. This should be a job of cleaning house. This should be something that they do on the inside. Journalists do what they do. This should be clear and straightforward. If there are unknown illegal programs dealing with non-terrestrial technologies, yes, that's a huge issue for humanity. But this also needs to be fixed on the inside.
Absolutely. And, this report, for example, there's a line in there that I found pretty interesting. It says that we have no evidence of any direct human health consequences of exposure to UFOs. I can hope that sometime in the next 12 months that the Arrow folks will go down the hall and knock on the door at the DIA and ask to see the OSAP files, because OSAP, as we have reported, has very definitive evidence about harmful consequences from people who got too close to UFOs. And there are some very dramatic and well-documented cases that the DIA program followed for a number of years.
So having seen some of these reports, the thing you're saying is that Arrow, who's studying the UFO phenomenon, they should already have all this documentation of a huge program like OSAP that clearly shows that there have been health issues that have been caused directly from close proximity to UAP.
Right. And they don't seem to have any knowledge of that. It was similar to the two guys who appeared before the congressional hearing, the first congressional hearing in 54 years, when they were asked about nuclear incidents at our nuclear missile bases. They don't know anything about it. Well, there are some pretty dramatic cases that were studied also by OSAP, that were written up into reports. All they have to do is ask for it. Congress seemed to only know a little bits and pieces. They were seemingly unaware that OSAP ever existed. When the Navy guys were asked, is there anything between Project Blue Book and ATIP? Nope. Well, that's not true. I mean, it was a lot of money. Millions of public dollars were spent on that. The stories have been all over the world. The book has been written. The people who are involved in the program have come forward and talked about it. How can they not know?
Yeah.
How?